mini line charts, bar charts, conditional formatting, country flags, heat maps, search. You may not expect to find all of that in a table tool, but that's exactly what you're going to be able to build with Datawrapper tables after watching this tutorial. Hi, it's Guillermina here from Datawrapper, the database tool that helps you create better visualizations regardless of your coding or design skills. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can create this beautiful table with flag icons, mini line charts, search, and more. So let's get started. Before you can import your data into Datawrapper, you need to prepare it. For a table, your data needs to have at least one column or one row of any data type. It could be numbers, text, or dates. For this tutorial, we'll use this dataset. It shows all football or soccer teams from the European Football League and the total goals they scored since 2002. The first column has the names of the teams. The second column has the region or country the team is from. The next columns have the numbers of goals scored in each year until 2023. And the last column shows the total numbers of scores since 2002. Now that the data is ready to be imported into Datawrapper, head over to app.datawrapper.de, click on Create New, and select Table. This will bring you to step 1, Upload Data. Here, you can copy and paste the data, upload a CSV file, and even link to live data. In this tutorial, we'll just copy and paste the data into this text box. Once you've got your data into Datawrapper, click on Proceed in the lower left corner to check it in the next step. When you land on the Check and Describe step, you'll see that Datawrapper placed your data in a tabular form and has interpreted each column according to the values in them. In green, you'll see the dates. In blue, the columns with numerical values. In black, you'll see the columns with text. And if you see any red cells, it means there's an error in the data that needs to be fixed. Click on Proceed and Datawrapper will take you to the next step, Visualize. The Visualize step is where you design your data visualization, in this case, your table. On the right side of the screen, you'll always see a preview of the visualization that will automatically update as you customize it using all the different options on the left side of the screen. Because Datawrapper already knows you want to create a table, you will automatically land on the second tab, Refine. Here, you will see that Datawrapper has grouped the different customization options into 4 groups. One for customizing the table as a whole, another one to customize the columns in the table, another one for customizing the rows, and the last one to customize the header. Under Customize Table, you can choose how many rows you want to display per page. Let's go with 15. The rest will be hidden behind a Show More or Next Page button. You will then check the Make Searchable box to let users search through the information in your table. Let's also make sure to stripe the table. That will add a great highlight in every other row and makes it easier to read the information in each table row. If you checked Compact Layout, your rows will have less height and therefore less white space. Let's take a look at the region column first. In this column, we included these country codes that Datawrapper can turn into country flags. If you click on the region columns, you will be able to customize it by changing the font size, font color, etc. And if you scroll down, you will find the option to replace the country codes with flags and change their style. That looks good, so let's focus on some other columns. Currently, all the columns with the total number of goals scored for each year feel unreadable and overwhelming. You can select them all by clicking on 2002, holding the Shift key in the keyboard, and then clicking on 2023. Then, click on Show Selected Columns as Tiny Chart. and Datawrapper will turn them into a mini line chart, also called spark lines. You can further edit these spark lines by adding a first and last value, changing the color and the width of the line, adding a new title, etc. The last column to customize is total goals. You can turn this column into a tiny bar chart by clicking on the toggle Show as Bar Chart. Let's also change its color and hide the background color. If you'd like to highlight your favorite football team, you can do so under Customize Rows. Select the team and a panel will open to further customize it. You can choose to style it by adding a different background color, for example, show the row in every single page on the table, and move the row at the top of every page. If you click on Proceed, you will move to the next tab, Annotate. Here, you can add more information to the chart to guide your readers through the story that you want to tell. You can add a title, a description, notes that will be displayed above or below the chart. Now, click on Proceed to get to the Layout tab. Here, you can, for example, enable the dark mode option so that if you embed your table on a website, it will automatically switch to dark mode for better readability. Or you can add social media share buttons to make it easier for your readers to share your table. The last step is the Publish and Embed step. Up to this point, the table you created is private. That means that you, only the person who created it, has access to it. There are two ways to get the table out of Datawrapper and into publication. The best way is to click on Publish Now. And right after, Datawrapper will share with you a link to the visualization so that you can share it with others and an interactive embed code so that you can embed it in a website. You can also download the table as an image for use in social media or presentations, or as part of Datawrapper paid plans as an SVG or PDF vector files to use in printed publications. And that's it! Congratulations! You just created, customized, and published your first table in Datawrapper. I hope you found this video helpful and that you're excited to keep creating more tables in Datawrapper. Thanks for watching and happy charting!